Good afternoon. Good afternoon, people. Old man of the airwaves. Yeah, I just decided, you know what? I take some young people's advice and I listen to them and I try to do what they say do on here. And a lot of times I hear people nowadays saying, well, you go live when you feel like it. And, you know, sometimes it's not best to post up your time that you're going to go on and what you say, because there are a lot of people out there that really want to try to cut into you. I say the bigger content creators and all that, and enjoy stuff. Hello, good afternoon, Hypnotic Touch dear. Thank you for being here so very well. And I want to say once again, love to you and your husband. Yes, and thank you. Uh, like I said, I listen to a lot of people on here, and I hate doing this. No, I don't hate doing it because it made me enlightened. It made me feel good to hear a young person on a platform to where a lot of people hate. Even I hate it at the times, but maybe there is a change coming. Maybe there is a change. Maybe I have hope for the world and how things are going. But I also even know when there's still a little bullshittery going on in it. But I want to say, and I thought I would never say it, shout out to Grown Folks TV for his live this morning, not because of what he said or did on it, but because of what a young woman came on and said and did this morning. KFIT, I applaud you, my dear. You are a real aspirations. You make me believe in there are still people out there that want to see Black people doing good, and you're educating them on the ways that it takes to be proud of ourselves as Black people. Like you said, it takes a village, and that village, okay, dear, that village has been eroded in so many ways. Thank you, dear. I enjoyed him also. I want to say that even though I was like a lot of people, even that came up there to, thinking that he was going to do the tear down of KFIT. It wasn't a tear down, folks. He was just asking questions to her, and at the same time trying to give her props, which we all know that KFIT is a wonderful mother. She's trying to get an education in law, and she's doing and saying things out here that are waking people up. I mean, the real people that know the value of family tradition, the wealth that it takes for a Black person in this country. I just want to say, I thank you, KFIT. And I hate to say this, and I'm going to say it again. I give you kudos, grown folks, but also have to wonder what the ulterior motive, and like her, you put her name in the title. I haven't put nobody's name in the title except for KFIT because she made me feel good this morning. The explanations and the things that she told you and gave you, and the kind of reaction that you had toward her, like, oh, wow, I didn't know that. I didn't know this. Well, that goes to show you there are younger people out here that are more civil-minded, like-minded to when it comes to education, telling people the truth, than to bring out and to get mad with somebody and talk about them when in other words, you're trying to lure somebody in to say something disgusting about somebody. And at the end, people, if you can stomach it, I'll recommend you go over there and listen to it, but go to the part where Cooling drops now, and she's left up there with grown folks, and she gives us a valuable history lesson about Blackness, about being aware, about boycotting, and about doing things that we need to do as a Black race with each other. All this tomfoolery that we get on here and do, including myself, but I don't do it to the point to where it's gotten to be worrying about being doxxed or worrying about my page being struck. That's another thing. If you're going to try to educate somebody and you think that it's right, leave it up there. Let them decide. And that's another thing. We have to decide for our own selves, our values, the way we feel about things in the world, and how we grew up. And like I tell people on here a lot of times, I grew up way before even some of them knew what a internet, TV, telephone, and freedom what meant to us as Black people. So to hear KFIT get up there and explain herself without having to go backwards and forwards, and he did let her talk, but he also wanted to interrupt her to try to get his point across, which was this: no matter what you might think out there, I'm doing what I think is right for myself and trying to educate you people and everything, which is okay. But when you do it, and I know what she was saying, when you do stuff maliciously and slanderously, and you put that out in the airwaves, she doesn't have time for that anymore. She said she liked both of them, and she'll probably come back on his platform. She would come back on his platform when he comes live again to do things, which is okay. I have no qualms in that. Like I said, anybody can go anywhere they want to go. Even on my platform, they can come up here. But if you come up here with foolishness and rhetoric, I'm not going to do that. If you want to talk about my opinionation on things that I've seen here or said here on YouTube, then there's a different story behind that. But she really made me proud. She really made me proud as an old man. And I reiterate that again, because he says he's old too. As an old man, to hear someone articulate without using a bunch of curse words and without saying things that degrade people, that want to degrade people all the time. I am also letting people know that I will be doing things here on this platform that makes me feel good, to where even talking about the news, the things that are going on in the world, we need to listen to, pay close attention to. And what I'm asking everybody to do is pay close attention to your content creators. Listen to them. Let them form their opinion. But if you don't like what they're doing, don't be afraid to speak out. Don't be afraid to say, hey, look, I think it was wrong for that. I think it was wrong for this. Because we want to be so liked on here that we divide our own self. We divide ourselves. We pull ourselves in two places. It's okay to stay neutral. There's nothing wrong with being neutral. You don't force a person to pick sides or choose sides, especially when you know they're both sides are wrong. That's what I'm saying. So I'm not going to sit up here and browbeat everybody about the moral values of what's this and what's that. But what I am going to say is that when I have hear good conversations like I did just a while ago, it did my heart good. It made me feel that there is still hope here in the world for people. And young ladies like KFIT, and I can't forget, there's a few others on here. And like I said, don't get mad if I don't mention your name or bring you up at a time when I'm on here, because I don't know who's listening and who's not listening. I don't know who has a comment to say about me or anything, or what I say. But I am going to tell you that I'm looking at this YouTube stuff as television. I enjoy some of the programming. I know how to turn it off when it gets too deep. I'll come up and say hi to you. It doesn't affect me if you don't say hi back, because a lot of times the chat runs crazy, and we all know that. And then sometimes StreamYard won't let us be our great self. Even the internet won't let us be our great self, because they will interrupt us. Let's figure that. Broom Shaker, how you doing, sweetheart? Glad to see you. And like I said, I enjoyed you. I enjoyed you the other day getting your colonoscopy. I was proud of that. And I reiterate, that's another thing. You were educating people about the colonoscopy and how you thought, what you thought about it before you actually got it. And then after you got it, you went on ahead and you let them people know exactly the things that you went through. Uh, and like I said, I'm not going to try to tear down a person's channel, or especially when it comes to educating and informing us on how things we should do as Black people to protect our health and everything else. And with that stream, you did that. You brought out the best in what I feel things that people should know when it comes to getting their checkups. Don't be afraid to go to that doctor. Don't be afraid to get your colonoscopy, get your colon checked out every once in a while. That's what I'm saying. Those kind of things, as an older guy, as an older man on here, I did it. I've done it. I was hesitant. I was late for it, but I'm still here. Uh, Once again, like I said, if I forget to say hi to you in a chat, it doesn't mean I'm ignoring you. It's just that sometimes the chat goes by fast. And another thing, people, don't just depend on me saying hi to you to make you feel good. Okay? Because I've learned in life to speak to everyone, even to a stranger on the streets. And a lot of us here, let's face it, are strangers. So I just came by to give that quick analogy or analysis about what happened this morning to me and what made me feel good. Miss Diva. Hi, Miss Diva. Yes, I'm just saying that there's a lot of things that I've learned here on YouTube, even at the beginning when I first started. And I want to say to you, thank you once again, publicly. Thank you for understanding and respecting. Uh, I don't look for acclimates or anything. I just look for us to be able to get on here and speak our minds and just be ourselves. And without all, like you said, you tried to change your ways, but some people won't let you. Oh, unconscious conversation. What's the update? Update on what? Hey, no, I'm just doing an update right now on things that I've seen on YouTube, which some of it has made me bittersweet. But then again, this morning, this conversation with KFIT had over there on, I'm not going to, on Grown Folks TV, the conversation that KFIT had with him made me feel good. Okay, KFIT wasn't up there to argue. She wasn't up there to get cursed out or anything. She just wanted to know. And then she spit out a whole lot of factual truth to when he said, well, I didn't know that. Well, of course you didn't know that because you never bothered to answer her about those things. We never come in and try to talk to people about how they feel about better education, how they feel about going to ABC. Yeah, we need a a men's class like yesterday. Well, yesterday I was busy, and today I'll probably be busy too because I got friends, and there is life after YouTube. I have people that I'm going to go around. They came by this morning. We're gonna have a dinner tonight. I don't know what time this evening. I may be able to get there or not. But if you guys really want to have a conversation with men and all that, I'm the older elder spokesman. I'm going to listen to you younger guys, and then I'm going to try to, if you can take the advice. That do you want me to schedule it? No, I don't have enough room on here. I don't pay for a StreamYard. I can't get 6 or 7 men up here at one time. I mean, 10 men, which would be great. I can't get all those people up here, but if you guys do want to, we can have it. We can definitely, and I'll definitely be there. But we got to learn that there's a decorum in speaking, having a roundtable discussion, as you guys call it, to let a person speak without interruptions and all that good stuff, you know. But like I said, this morning I listened to a young lady that a lot of people know her on YouTube. Yeah, okay, you keep throwing it out there, so why don't you just go ahead and make a date, set a time for us men? I'll be there. Like I said, I'll be there with you. Okay, I'll be there with you. Um, we have to sometimes listen, and I like a lot of people. I've noticed people when I got up on platforms, I never said anything until the very when I wanted to say something, and then I speak because I learned to listen at their opinions, and then I form an opinion. If I come here, oh hey baby, hey everybody, that's my adopted daughter, my yes, she's my adopted one. I love her, I love her. uh but you see what I'm saying? Even as an old man, I've learned to accept people that are willing to be accepted on a decent level. I'm not going to come here and cuss you out and call you all kind of freaking names unless, and I'll put it this way, we all have that evil streak in us, unless you really do something to me. Oh, she's so sweet. And see, there's nothing wrong with telling somebody that you love them too, because I noticed another thing, everybody's in the Bible now, quoting the Bible, but that Bible also teaches us love. Jesus was the propriety of love. He went around telling people that his father loved them no matter what they did. That doesn't mean you have to keep doing the same thing, though. That's another reason. But I'm saying this because, like I said, a message came out this morning. It was good. It to me, it made my ears perk up. It made my thank you, dear. I see you up in there. Yes, yeah. I'm the unc. I'm a unc. If I'm not an uncle on here, y'all, I'm somebody's grandpa. I'm somebody's nephew. Well, great nephew or something like that. And that's an honor to me. That's an honor. I'm not gonna kick that out the window because we've all had grandparents. Our grandparents were somebody that we looked up to, especially when they told the truth to us. They let us see the real light in things. And there are some young people on here now today that tell the truth and try to open other young people's eyes about the world. It's not. Oh, there's my dear. There's my dear. Excuse me, y'all. Like I said, I look up and see Miss Miss Mammy 99. Oh yes, love you, darling. How's the family? How's the family? Yeah, I'm a great grandpa too. I'm also a great grandpa. But no, as a father, grandfather, uncle, great grandfather, I've got generations of kids in my family, and even my outside adopted family, to where in a city to where I have lived at in over 30 years. I feel good. Grandma Love. Hi, dear. Hi, sweetheart. How you doing, Grandma? I love that piece you did. I love that piece you did. You doing well? Okay. I will, honey. I'm always doing that. And kisses and huggies to you and to Mama. Tell her I haven't forgotten her too. Yeah, you guys can speak to each other. But like I said, I'm not trying to be famous on here. I'm not trying to be rich. I don't even monetize my channel because I noticed too, when people have positive things to say and do, YouTube throws in a lot of commercials, and you kind of miss out on what people are saying. Then you have to go back and do a replay of it. But I'm not going to monetize myself, and I'm not begging for cash apps because, hey, at my age, I'm well to do. I have my pension, even though sometimes I squander it all, but I do have money and I live comfortably. for a single guy that lives, within his proper means. But once again, like I said, this morning, I thought I would never do it, but life changes you as you get older too. And like I said, you have to realize there are some people out there that are speaking the truth. There are some people that want you to know that it's been hard watching from Cloud Nine. Thank you, dear. They want you to know that it's been hard, and their past life doesn't mean anything either. Just because you did something in your past doesn't make you bad the rest of your life. You know, and with KFIT and even other women that I've seen on here, you know, that have gone through hardships, but yet they come out differently and talking differently. Coolin, I loved you too, darling. I can't forget Coolin was up there with KFIT. I said, go up there after Coolin, but go up there while these ladies was up here on the platform with KFIT, and you would see that they were there to really protect that woman more than anything. And I kind of admired that too, even though it didn't go off in that direction. They were letting this man know, hey, wait a minute, why you got a name in the chat? But really, I feel, like I said, I feel so good. I feel so great that people are coming out here with more constructive criticism than negative criticism. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm talking about right now, even including myself. I'm not going to sit up here and just because listen to a chat or listen to people and not give them their props and give them their dues. I don't know how long I have on this earth, but one thing for certain and two things for sure, I'm going to enjoy life to the fullest. I'm going to continue to listen to my adopted family, and I have real family on here, but I'm not going to tell you who they are or where they're from. But I do have real family on here to listen to me, and they critique me and they tell me, you getting too old for this. I said, no, I'm not too old. It keeps me young. And the young people on here definitely keep me young. So if you guys get a chance, and like I said, I thought this day would never come. And there's a lot of things in my life that I thought would never come. A day would never come when I would say something. I'm going to say something that would shock a lot of people because they know how we've been back and forth. Grown Folks TV had a conversation and yeah, KFIT's name in it. But go there and listen to KFIT. Don't worry about everything else. Listen to the things that she's trying to tell the women, the mothers out there, the people that have children that are autistic and everything else. Listen to what she says and how she feels about herself and what other people have done for her, especially family. Yes, I'm gonna try to stay young. I'm gonna try to stay young, honey. My mind is sharp. I can remember certain things even in my past growing up, you know. And like I said, I might even being on here, I might forget to say hello to people, but that's why I always type to all I may have missed saying hello to hello. And if they don't speak, that's fine. I'm not mad with you because like I said, the chat might run past you and you didn't see me saying that. But I will be on here a little bit more often when I hear good things, when I feel good things, you know, and I'll be on here to tell my little life story. People are interested about old folks growing up. If you can listen to grandma and grandpa tell your stories and you can bring them up here on YouTube. If they're good for you, they're good for me. But I want to be able to tell my lifestyle growing up in the country, about growing up during the 50s when a lot of people weren't even here yet, how I had to deal with life from the age of 5 all the way up until I was 19. Things were different then. They were so very different. We may look at it and say, oh, this was years ago, but no, like KFIT said this morning, it hasn't been too long ago when women have gotten their freedom. Women had gotten the rights to vote. we as black people had gotten our rights to do things. So it hasn't been that long ago. And it kind of shocked me, though, when I heard him say that he didn't know that the White House was built upon slavery, which was black folks. And I said, oh, man, whoa. Okay, I'm not going to knock that either. There's a lot of people that don't know our black history. They don't know that, like KFIT said, the things that were done to us, how they used us, and everything else happened. It happened, people. And I was born and raised during a time when I was able to read and get those books and study. They didn't take the books out of the library. They didn't dismantle things. They brought back, books like Uncle Tom's Cabin. But I guarantee you, the original Uncle Tom's Cabin has not been reprinted the way that they have it printed now. So just think about that one. So I'm going to get off of here because I got to get up from here. It's a little past lunchtime. I'm going to go and get myself ready for the day. And I'll be listening to some other people if I really want to. But right now, I'm concentrating on something that made me feel good this afternoon, that gave me hope that everybody on YouTube is not alike, that we're not all on here just for the clicks and the views. We're not all here for the coins. Yes, baby, I'm going to enjoy my lunch. I guarantee you. We're not on here for just like I said, the coins, making my coins, the clicks and the views. I don't care how many. You can like me, you don't like me. The like doesn't make, that button on this apparatus doesn't make my thoughts any lesser of you. When that's another way they divide us. They try to tell us about algorithms and all that kind of stuff. But if people really want to show their appreciation, they'll come out here and talk about the good things that make them feel good on YouTube. They'll talk about the things that put a joy and a smile on their heart. And at my age, I need all the joy and smiles I can get because I'm tired. I've been through the fire. I've been through that storm. Now I'm looking for that little silver lining to where it's peace. And I know everything I've done growing up for civil rights hasn't gone in vain. It hasn't made people not think about the things that were dear to us and true to us growing up. Even though there was two kind of epidemics, the crack and the COVID epidemic that kept us from really thinking and being ourselves. That COVID locked us in to where we couldn't even be around our real families. We couldn't go to our grandma's or grandpa's house back then. You couldn't go visit a friend. And if you were caught up in an apartment building or a complex, you guys were afraid to knock on each other's door. But you could get on here and then talk about other things that were essential to you and what you miss about it. So those are things that I want to get back into, the things I want to hear people talk about. How did that COVID epidemic really, really make you feel as a human being? Being locked up, being not able to go to work. Some people lost their jobs because of that. Companies closed down. We have a lot to talk about other than worrying about somebody going to court over a traffic ticket or whatever. Yeah, like I said, there are better things in life to worry about. And what affects you most is the things that affect you that make you feel the way you do. And I enjoy it when I see other people enjoying themselves. So with that being said, I'm going to get off of here and I'm just going to be me. I'm just going to be me. I'm going to go and enjoy my adopted family, and I'll call my family later on. So they know that their pops, their real pops, their granddaddy is okay. And like I said, I love you all as Jesus loves us. And I thank each and every one of you that listened to me right then, and those that will do a replay. And once again, thank you so very much, KFIT. You really did my heart good.
Names carved deep in the brick and stone. Every block legend built that throne. No crowns given, we take our claim. Every street corner still knows the name.
And I love you too, dear.
Concrete remembers what the papers conceal. This is the anthem, the fire, the pledge. Stories of the block live on the edge. Names carved deep in the brick and stone. Every block legend built that throne. No crowns given, we take our claim. Every street corner still knows the name. Legends don't fade, they echo and still. Concrete remembers what the papers conceal. This is the anthem, the fire, the pledge. Stories of the block live on the edge. Footsteps hit me like crumbs on the pavement. History bleeds through abandoned basements. Every mural's a chapter, every crack's a scar. Legends written louder than the engines of cars. Eyes in the shadows, whispers in code. Respect is the language on this narrow road. Chains rush slowly, but the spirit won't break. Power in the silence and the moves we make. No statues raised, just candles and chalk. Every night sermon gets preached on the block. From dusk till dawn, the mist still ascends. Black legends never die, the story extends. Names carved deep in the brick and stone. Every block legend built that throne. No crowns given, we take our claim. Every street corner still knows the name. Legends don't fade, they echo and still. Concrete remembers what the papers conceal. This is the anthem, the fire, the pledge. Stories of the block live on the edge.
Oh, yes, y'all have a lovely and great afternoon.